Hi guys, welcome back to K-pop Talks. I'm your host, and today we're gonna do our last March weekly K-pop recap. Let's get right into it. I think we have a lot of music, and we have some really big comebacks actually to talk about. So let's get right into it. First, we have Unlucky Morpheus with Amaryllis. This is a group that I randomly discovered on my own. They're a Japanese rock group, but the song is really good. I love the variety of instruments. I love how they use violin. They have a guy with a keyboard. They have obviously a bass, a couple of guitars, and the vocalist's voice is very good as well. It's a good J-rock song in my opinion. That maybe if you're not really a fan of this genre, I think it's somehow can introduce you to a different type of music that maybe you're not used to normally. So I think it's a decent song in that sense. Also, it's very catchy. I forgot to say this. It's very catchy, and I think it's one of these songs you can hear and repeat a million times, and not really, at least for me personally, get tired of them. Next, you have Ive with Kitsch, one of the most anticipated comebacks of 2023. It's okay. I think it's good personally. It's very Blackpink reminder from specifically the production with the snapping finger, the howl in the background, the whistles. Like it really reminds you of that era of Blackpink from 2016, 2017. Overall, the song is generally okay. I think the vocals are really good. Definitely, I agree. Why the fuck is leads only have 20 seconds in this song? But I mean, Ive, they're doing what every other popular group from mid-sized company do. You push the very popular members. Now, I thought Wonyoung and Yeonjun were gonna get more vocal lines than everybody else, but I'm surprised that it's relatively evenly spread between the four of them. And then Liz, for whatever reason, gets almost nothing. I don't know, maybe she said something to the producer or to one of the members because, again, as I said a million times, we can act like these people love each other. But what if you said something to Wonyoung and Wonyoung was mad about it? And she's like, fuck, you're not gonna sing the next song. You can never know that, right? It's pettiness. It could be that. It could be a million different reasons. Maybe when they were recording, she was sick and she couldn't record, so they're like, we don't have time. We have to do it anyway. So it's kind of hard to really know in that sense. For me personally, I think the song is good. It definitely is their weakest comeback in my opinion because, when you have a certain style to go with something a little bit more safe like this, it's never a good sign. But I think for a group like IVE, they're already established. At this point, it's just a question of consistently dropping music and being active in the music industry. That's what really matters to them at this point. Next, we have Owen with Love Yourself. An artist that I've known about in the past. I don't really listen to him much, but I'd say I really like this song. First of all, finally, a great hip hop song with meaning. Meaningful lyrics, a really good message, a positive message. Obviously, he is really good rapping skills as always. He's always had great rapping skills, but it's nice to see him specifically say something conscious, say something important, while keeping the rhymes and the flows really good. So give him credit in that sense. The song is a bop. I love the simple production. It works perfectly because the message has to be the most important part of the song. So, he removes the rest to really make people concentrate on the most important part. So yeah, I really like this song by Owen. It was a huge surprise for me in that sense. Next, we have BamBam with the Sweet and Sour. BamBam is killing it in the music industry. He's doing great also. Now he has his own variety show. He's also on another variety show, which is a cooking variety show. He's in Morocco. I know he is. Maybe I'll watch that when I have time. When they do like those pop-up restaurants and stuff like that. He's on that show. Again, it's a good song. I think if we just follow what BamBam has been doing in the last year and a half, he has consistently released, I think, decent music. Don't like the beat that much. It reminds me a lot of the Kid La song that was everywhere, with Justin Bieber. Like it has the same exact beat for the most part, which I don't think it really fits in my opinion with the mood he was going for. But it's a beat that can get you success, and it's doing very well. As far as I understand. So in that sense, the song is fine. Batman performance is good. He has improved a lot vocally, which is really cool. You can clearly hear there is some autotune, but it's not like crazy like they did with Jimin and the stupid effect they put in his voice. They kept it simple, and Bam delivers with a very solid song, even though it's not my thing personally. Next, we have Joichi with Tiger. Another really good song by Joichi, in my opinion. Listen, they've released good music. They make Monster X type music, not in a negative manner, but they make bangers. and I think they do it decently, and they bring enough variety. I like the high-pitched vocals in here. I like the way they did with the production. They kind of mixed it up a little bit, even though it follows the same structure that most K-pop songs do. But I like some of the synths, some of the weird like samples they've used, some of the weird sounds they've used to mix it with the production to make it a little bit more fun. Overall, I think it's a very enjoyable song. And I think if you like this style of music in K-pop, specifically for my groups, I think this will be one of your favorites, 100%. I don't see why not. Again, for me personally, I think it's a good song. And I think if you're a fan of Joichi, you'll be happy. And I think if you've never known about Joichi before this song, I call them Joichi because I assume that's what they're called. Because Ichi is one in Japanese, so I assume that's what they're called, right? Or maybe it's Joy. I don't know. But yeah, the song is good. That's what matters. Oh, so I was wrong. I checked. Okay, they're called JO1. Yeah, JO1 is better, I assume. I don't. Why are they JO1? Japan one. I don't know. Whatever. My mistake. I called them JC for a very long time. It's JO1. Next we have Moon Sujin with Never Let Me Go. Now here I kind of cheated because this song actually came out in January, and as far as I remember, I didn't review this song. And I listened to her on a Bumpkey song where she did an amazing feature. I was curious about her, searched this song. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna talk about it. Amazing vocals, great R&B. If you're a fan of R&B, you're gonna love it. And obviously, she dominates the song. She has these beautiful, sensual, sexy vocals, and the production actually fits with the image of the song, what she's trying to portray, and I think the whole vibe of the song itself. So overall, a very, very enjoyable song for me, and I want you to get to know Moon Sujin, because I forgot about the fact that she dropped music in January. My bad. Next is Mamamoo with GGB Plus. This is a classic Mamamoo song in everything, you know, from the production, the vibes, the happy-go-lucky vibes from it, the production, the vocals, the way Solar sings, Moonbyo's rap. It brings back a little bit of good memories of an old Mamamoo that we don't really get to see as much anymore. Obviously, this has like not even a tenth of the views that the other song they released ended up having. But it's not surprising. I think that this is a quality song. It's fun. It has those same elements that made, I think, Mamamoo, really, really popular at one point in Korea in 2016, maybe even 2015. But from then on, they were able to build really, really good things and become, even 2017, obviously, onwards, but specifically those 2 years, and then becoming the icons that they are. Overall, I think a very good song, and I'm happy Mamamoo Plus is releasing good music, and they're at least active, because the last song they released was in August, so it's a good thing. Next we have Amber Lee with No More Sad Song. This song came out I think earlier than this week, but this is the music video, I'll say the visualizer as they say. Overall, I think it's an okay song. Again, Amber improved a lot vocally, the production is fine. Like I said, I'm happy that she's still putting a lot of meaning in her music. You can clearly hear the growth. She's always done it, don't get me wrong, but I think it's nice to see her growing and maturing as an artist a lot, A lot of artists of her age still do the same thing. So it's cool to see her growing up. Of course, she had to leave a certain system that wouldn't allow her to do that in that sense. But it's cool to see her doing it the way she wants, because at the end of the day, if you do what you want as an artist, you're never gonna have regrets in your life. That's the most important thing. Next we have CSR with Shining Bright, or Shining Lights. I don't remember. Shining Bright. They're a good group. They remind you of old school K-pop, cute K-pop concepts from Love Leads, for example, even early GWS, not GWSN, what they were called. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. It's the girl, UI is in that group, okay? Can't remember the name of the group right now, but Oh My Girl, right? Early Oh My Girl, they remind me of Love Leads and those type of groups. It's a good song. It's fun, it's bright, it's super upbeat, like most of these genre in K-pop, or these sub-genre in K-pop. Overall, it's very enjoyable. It's a breath of fresh air, like I said, because nobody really does this style anymore. And while it's nothing original, in that non-originality, it becomes original when nobody's doing it, right? And you do it, I think, at a decent enough level. So overall, I enjoy it. Will I ever go back to it? Probably not, because it's in a sense a little bit too generic for me. But at least it's nice to see in the genre somebody doing something different and not relying on doing the safe thing that everybody does. You know, at least you're pushing yourself towards the direction, even though it might not be for me. Next, you have Paddy featuring Soul and Mino with Lemon. A really good song, good production. This drum and bass Eurobeat production inspired production for the fourth time. I really like it. Obviously, Soul brings amazing vocals. Mino, another really good feature. He has been on a really good run as a feature artist. It's cool to see him again try with different things, not just be in his own lane with his own friends, go out a little bit outside of that realm and try different things. I think it's cool to see from an artist of his caliber because I think he has the ability, he has the talent to do so. The song is really fun. Personally, it's one of my favorites. It's a great song to listen to pretty much whenever because it's an easy listen. But it's also a quality listen, so you're not just listening to noise, in my opinion. And yeah, I really enjoyed. I don't think there's the English lyrics in the video. I could be wrong. Maybe they have added them. They did. Okay. And the lyrics are decent as well. So there isn't really much to complain from me. I really like it. I think maybe for the average K-pop fan, they're not really used to this type of songs, this type of style. It can be kind of hard to get really into it. But personally, I think if you listen to a lot of other styles of music, you will enjoy this as well. Next with Billlie, finally, this is a comeback that I've really been waiting for with Unoya. Really good song. I like most Billlie songs, their quality. Well, the production is a little bit, in my opinion, leaves a little bit to desire. I think the vocals are amazing in here. The lyrics are good. As always, Billlie tries different things. So this style of music actually, it's I think the first time they do a single like this. With this type of style, maybe a little bit less upbeat, a little bit less aggressive, you know, maybe following more of the New Jeans aesthetic that is going really, really good right now. So it's cool to see that, in my opinion. And overall, the song is quality. Like I said, I'm happy that they're getting recognition. The music video is doing great, which in K-pop always means a lot because maybe for people that know about K-pop, like that's a way that means that fans really support it, even non-fans really listen to it. It's not fake. It's not like it has 100 million views. It has like 15, I'm pretty sure now. 18, which is pretty realistic in my opinion for what the group is doing right now. I really like it. I definitely want to listen to the group, to the album, and which will be, I think this will be the end of the Village of Perception and whatever. The Village series, let's say, right? I assume at least. Yeah, I think it's a good song, and I think this probably is the easiest way to get into Billlie. So I get them doing this right now. It's smart, also from a business standpoint. It reminds you of New Jeans a little bit, of, you know, of this type of groups that maybe if you like New Jeans, you can like also Billlie. So smart, the business from the production, and I think for the fans, they're still getting a quality song, so they have no reason to really get mad at that, in my opinion. Next, we have Holland with Number Boy. I think this is a very solid song by him, honestly, I really do. The production works, this kind of synth-wavy production. I'm not the biggest fan of his whispering voice per se. I don't think it's bad or anything, but I think specifically considering the fact that the production is very louder, you wish that he sang a little bit in a stronger manner. Like, but I get that he wanted to have a specific style. In fact, what I'm asking for, he does it in the chorus, right? When the production takes a step back and he actually sings the chorus in a louder voice. So the song is good. I think in a way surprised me because it's not really listened to Holland. I really don't. So this is, I think, a good way for me to possibly get into his discography in the future. Next is Jisoo with Flower. Finally, her first solo song. Fans have been waiting this for a long time. Honestly, I think it's pretty passable. I don't think it's really that good. Again, they keep letting Teddy produce these major hit songs in YG for one reason or another. We all know he's close to YG himself and all the top people in the company, but it's like Solo. It has the same progression as Solo. It reminds you a lot of Solo, even though Jisoo and Jennie are two very different people. Yeah, I don't think this song really brings up the best out of Jisoo in my opinion at all. I still don't get why they're still doing this type of choruses. They're kind of in that phase where they're obsessed with this type of choruses. Personally, I think it's time to change it up a little bit. But I would say this, out of the week that I've heard, it's the worst song I've heard from a soloist. And, you know, solo music is really good in Korea, so it's very, very sad to see Jisoo being giving these low-level quality songs, in my opinion. She doesn't showcase her great vocals, in my opinion. She doesn't showcase her personality at all. She's just a model. You know, she's just somebody that put clothes on. About her, she's a brand ambassador. She's somebody that's supposed to look good looking in a music video, and that's the only thing that matters. The music quality at this point for Blackpink will be, it's not even secondary, I think, for most of them. It's tertiary. The only person I give that a little bit of the benefit of the doubt is Rose, because she showed more interest, and I think out of everybody's project, her project showed that I think at least she was more in touch with what she was doing compared to her members, which I think they just gave her the music, she did it, and she went to do other things, because I just don't think they care about music anymore. You know, it reminds me of FX. It's just that SM always releases good music, and YG really doesn't in that sense. Next we have Lionesses with their first unit, Lionesses G with My Pretty. It's a cute song, nothing else. It's a love song. The lyrics are good, the vocals are always really good when it comes to them. Go check them out, they make really good music. They're a very independent group, and I think that if you like certain type of music, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, I think you'll like this. They're the only group I can think of that really tackles those type of discourse. Maybe only one off to a certain extent do it in a way that it's, I think, interesting, and I think actually not just dumb, you know, in any way. And next we have anticipated group Xikers with Tricky House. This is their debut. Overall, I think it's okay. I definitely think the worst parts are the rapping sections in here, specifically the extra beat rapping that the guy with the red hair does. It's just not good. The rapping in general is not good. The production is simple. It's still 80s, you know. It's again very smart by KQ to go with another boy group and have them do a similar style of 80s, because fans will easily transition to listen to them as well. So you don't have to build an entirely of a new fan base from scratch. You go with a boy group, so that means you can work with the same choreographers, you can work with the same producers, you can work with the same writers, the same teams. You don't have to invest more in that sense, and that's smart as well. Overall, the song is good. I think there's a shitload of members in this group. I think it's like 10 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Which is not really a problem. So let me count them. It's like 9 of them, 9 members. So yeah, the song is, I think, solid. Again, if you like 80s, I don't see why you will like Xikers as well. I think that's how you pronounce his name, right? Xikers, yes. So it's solid. I wouldn't personally go back to it, but I mean, it's like any other rookie song from these like bigger labels, up and coming labels. When they have a very successful group and they tend to debut another group, the instinctual thing for them is to go with a very, very safe debut. And I've always said that for me, debut is the song where you can actually dare the most, because by daring, you allow your group and you allow your artists to really stand out, you know. In every way possible, they are 80s dongsangs in every possible way, and I don't think that's really a problem. It's just that dongsangs, I think it's very, very apparent when you hear it. It's forgettable for me because I listen to a lot of K-pop, even from groups that I don't necessarily care about as much. But I think for the average fan that has 80s as their favorite group, I can see them really enjoying this group. But again, like most boy group songs of these first 3 months of the year have been very, very disappointing, I would say. This was it for March. I think overall was a really good month, in my opinion. Even looking back on it, I felt there was a lot of good quality. If I had to say some of my personal highlights, would definitely SG5 Fire Truck was really, really good. Onyo with Circles, really good. Mirani and PH1 with Asphalt, Set Me Free by Twice. You know, Nicole X Sakara with the Mysterious was really good. Obviously, we had Code Kunst releasing his 2 or 3 songs were all really good. Yuju released a solid song. Q-Time with Miosotis, sorry. Kid King featuring Panchello Go Loud. Same thing, Mosh from Ron featuring 1300 and Dress. Soyeon had Bad, but came out before, and also Smoke Sprite is good, even though I don't like RM's feature. Hyunjin with Love You Twice. Trey Dell was good. I mean, there was a lot of really good solo music overall. Mamamoo Plus with GGBB. I liked, and my XX released another good, I think overall a good single. But there were also some disappointments. Obviously, Jisoo, one of them for me personally. I would say for me personally again. I was a little bit of a disappointment. It wasn't a bad song. Jimin Set Me Free wasn't, in my opinion, a good song, even though it's the first part is enjoyable, the second part really isn't for me. Bobby released two okay songs, very forgettable. I forgot about saying Genie Addicted as a song that I really like as well. Um, what else? Oh, Rover by Kai definitely was a negative one for me. Younger Rich Records with Younger Rich shit was not good. Kaxi, right? Nugudom and the Cypher were the good. So overall, I felt like boy groups almost nothing. If I would say nothing really. So hopefully, April will be a better year, better month for boy groups. I know Joby just announced they're gonna debut a boy group, and another company will debut a boy group as well. It worries me for Extraordinary Heroes because it seems that Joby is gonna put them to the shelf the same way he did with Day 6 originally. Thank you for watching the video. Tell me what were your favorite and least favorite songs of the month, and see you next week with the best and the worst K-pop albums of March 2023.